Hi, I'm Natasha Frakes. We're at the Capital Conference in Whistler. Joining us is Jim Pettit, Chairman and CEO of Aben Resources. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Tell us about the company.
Well, Aben Resources is a junior gold exploration company. We've got 3 projects. They're basically standalone projects. You could make a company out of any one of them. They're reasonably well advanced. The flagship company is the Forest Kerr project in the Golden Triangle. We did our first year of drilling in that project last summer. It lasts about 4 months. It's a short season up there. We have come up with a fairly significant discovery there. Just quickly, I'll tell you about the other 2. Saskatchewan, we've got a project there called the Chico project. It's just south of Silver Standard's new acquisition. They bought Claude Resources, the mine there. We're just on their southern border. We start drilling there about the end of February. A couple more weeks. There's a pretty good program planned for it. And then the 3rd project is in the Yukon. It's tied right on to Golden Predator. It's called the Justin Project. We drilled quite a bit there in 2012. And since then, not a lot of work. We've been doing about $100,000 a year for the last 4 years. We've tripped over something this past season, a small trenching program just to the west of our initial discovery from 2012. And it looks like it's very similar to what they're drilling, Golden Predator's drilling with 3 aces. So we've called that zone the Lost Ace. Just as a highlight for each project, they are standalone. They're all tied in or very close and associated to some recent discoveries or bigger companies that are well advanced. All the projects have got a lot of historic data that we've been able to take, rework, look at it a little differently, come up with a different model, and move forward. We've got a market right now that's really quite interested in gold discovery and new exploration projects. So just as an example, the Forest Kerr project in the Golden Triangle, we had 120 historic drill holes and just about 20,000 soil samples and rock samples to work with. That took us a year to do data compilation and come up with a whole new model. That region is interesting because in the old days, 35 years ago, when it was really getting big and Snip and Eskay Creek were discovered, they were really looking at one model, the Eskay model, which is kind of a VMS style discovery model. And today with Pretium's new discovery, it's more of a intrusion-related hydrothermal event. Very, very high grade. That's what we're looking at. We've had to determine where to go to drill based on our historic information and be in the right horizon. The geologic horizon is very key there to hit that new type of geologic model.
Right.
Yeah.
So what major milestone are you expecting to hit?
After this year, specifically for the Forest Kerr, we had a very successful season. We drilled 9 holes. 3 of them were nothing short of spectacular. We've found a new zone. It's coming off of the Kerr Fault, which is a major structure there that probably is an engine that drives a lot of the geologic events in the region. And we've identified a new cross-cutting structure that comes off that major fault. We're calling it the Blind Fault. We're going to go back in there this year and go at it pretty hard. We think we can extend it. I mean, that's really the threshold we're looking for. It's easy to find a lot of one-off high-grade holes. You need to create or build on that and develop the technique. It's just a question of drilling, really, to be honest with you. And that we want to see how far this new zone extends. And then as you go south from that discovery, we've got so many geochemical anomalies that we've done this past year. We've got probably 7 kilometers of really high grade, really good looking gold and copper surface anomalies. They all need to be worked more and drilled.
And who are you working with? Can you tell us about your team?
Yeah, we got a really good team. Probably one of the best ones up in for that particular region, talking the Forest Kerr, Golden Triangle area. Ron Nedolinski's the chairman. Ron is, his his big start in the early days, 35 years ago in the Forest Kerr. He discovered the Snip mine and was involved in the discovery of Eskay Creek back in those days. He's also involved in the discovery of Brewery Creek to the north, and him and Tim Termundi. Tim is also on the board. They spun out Copper Canyon. That would have been about 5 or 6 years ago now, and sold it to Galore Creek. That's just to our north. So the knowledge base that we have, as well as those two, we've got Mike Roberts, who was the head geo for Kiska, which is one of the properties we bought and consolidated into our land package. And then the other fellow is Henry Almack as an advisor. He was with the Pamacon Group, and they were the prospectors, initially owned the project, the property on our southern part of the property that we've consolidated 3 good properties into one. And so we've got some really good expertise to work with. It makes my life pretty easy.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a great team.
Yeah, very good team.
Jim, thank you so much for being here.
You bet. Thank you very much.